Hey, IYF family, Yankee Jeff here. Thanks for stopping by my recovery and my enabling and my codependency channel. IYF family, I do appreciate you guys stopping by. It's not your fault because it's not your fault. I want to talk to you tonight a little bit about courage and where to find courage. It may not be as complicated as you think, but before we get into that, the price of admission of all of my videos is that you hit a like button. Like button. If you could please comment, subscribe, that'd be wonderful. Hit the notification bell also from the next video that I do. You'll be notified. So you'll keep on getting this incredible wisdom that I give out. Just some guy trying to help. Remember, the only initials after my name are BTDT. Been there, done that. So without further ado, let's talk about courage. Courage is something that we all enablers and codependents a lot of times think we lack, and we tend to not do the things that are tough and not do the things that are going to cause some pushback by our loved ones, because it's an easier path. It takes courage to do tough things. Courage is inside all of us. Our higher power gives us courage to work through all our problems. And the thing is, what we do is, as enablers and codependents, is we tend to think that we know better than he does. So we fall back on our old behavior of what worked in the past when we're dealing with somebody who was not dealing with addiction. That person isn't there no more. Okay, the person the person is there inside, but the person you're talking to is being held captive by their addiction, by this blanket of despair that we all call addiction, alcoholism, drug addiction, whatever it is. So how do we tap into our courage in order to face what's coming on? Now, when I say face what's coming on, I do not mean that we can somehow fix our loved one, because we all know we can't fix our loved one. Who can fix our loved one? Cantra? Right, exactly. Only they can fix themselves, okay? But we can fix who? Anthony? Right, we can fix ourselves. So what we have to do is to, first of all, like I said in the last couple of videos ago, breathe. Okay, you gotta breathe, okay? And let all the minutia that's holding back our higher power's energy from coming through to us, okay? Remember, our higher power wants nothing more than for us to ask him to work through us, okay? His will is that our free will be given to him, okay? He wants us to go ahead and say, you know what, Lord, take it. I can't do it anymore, all right? Jesus, take the wheel. That would be a good country song, wouldn't it? I should write that down. But we have to remember that we are not equipped to do our loved one justice with what we know. Okay, we're not equipped, not qualified. We're not qualified. If you ever had a loved one, God forbid, that had cancer, why would you think that you could somehow help that person beat their cancer when that's a debilitating disease, and so is addiction? It's the same thing. You can't beat addiction. You can't beat cancer. Only they can do that. Now, how they do that is they have to take their medicine. They have to go see their doctor. They have to work their program. Okay, their medicine is in the blue books. Okay, their medicine is their meetings. Their medicine is a sponsor, but they have to give it over to God. We do also. We have to take a deep breath and say, I'm not qualified to do this anymore. And Lord, take the wheel. Okay. That is called courage. Okay. When you give over the power to something or someone, in this case, your higher power, when you give over that power over to somebody else, it takes trust, obviously. It takes a sense of realization that you're not getting anywhere. You're not helping any. But ultimately, the definition for all of what I just said is courage. It takes courage to be able to say to yourself, look yourself in that mirror and go, I can't do this. I can't fix this. I can't change it. Didn't cure it. Didn't cause it. But obviously, I can contribute to it. Fourth C. So giving over to your higher power the reins of what you've been trying to do, this horse has been going in circles. Your wagon's been going in circles because it's not really going anywhere. It's directionless. We enablers, we codependents, we have to come to the conclusion that what we're doing is not working, and give it over to God, give it over to your higher power, and don't feel defeated. Okay, don't feel defeated because you do that. Because if you ask for divine guidance, what you're doing is showing your courage. You're showing your courage because you're doing something tough. It's easier to try and fix it yourself because you feel you have a sense of control, right? But when you give it over to God, you're admitting to yourself, I can't control this. Only he can. That's a sign of courage. That's a sign of sense. Okay. What we've been doing is nonsensical. Okay. When we ultimately realize that we're fighting a winless battle, and you not surrender, but you call in some reinforcements, okay, that is called courage. And that's something that many of us have unfortunately have a trouble with identifying, relating to, finding in ourselves to go ahead and say, I can't do this anymore. Courage is something that's inside all of us. It's just waiting to be tapped into. You know, there's everyone has the fight or flight instinct inside them. You as enablers and codependents, you've been fighting this battle for so long. You've been fighting and fighting and fighting, but you've been fighting it the wrong way. And by giving it over to God does not mean you're flighting, does not mean you're leaving the situation, doesn't mean you're running away. What it means is you're calling in reinforcements to someone that's much more equipped to fight this issue than you are. And by doing this, by giving over the mantle of power to your higher power and using the courage inside you by doing so, this allows you to then focus on who? You. Exactly. This gives you the opportunity to focus all that energy and that power that you've been using, all this effort that you've been putting into your loved one situation, give them over to God, and then go, okay, now I can focus my attention back on myself because I need it, because we all are suffering. We're all fighting the same battle. We're all fighting this dance called addiction. And your loved one is hopefully to the point where, and I pray for each and every one of you watching this, I hope your loved one's at the point also where they can go ahead and say, you know what, Lord, I can't do this either, and give it over to their higher power as well. Give power to try and get better, to get sober, over to their higher power, because we can't do it alone. And I can promise you can't do it without God or a higher power. Okay. So the key points to take away: breathe, clear your head, make the realization in your mind, handing over the controls of the airplane to a qualified pilot when all you've been doing is pressing buttons and turning dials and stuff like that over the last couple years, couple months, couple weeks, whatever it is. You're not trained to fly an airplane. So give the controls over to somebody that is. Give the controls over to your higher power, because that's the one entity that can help you find serenity. And we all are seeking serenity. We all going to find it one day, as long as we stop getting in our own way. Okay, we constantly get in our own way all the time because we think we know better. Well, we don't know better. We don't. We think we do, but we don't. All right. And when we come to that realization that we don't know better and that we can't do it anymore, that is called serenity. Correct. That's called serenity. And it takes courage to get there. The courage is inside each and every one of you. The courage is inside each and every one of the people watching this video right now. It's there. Trust me. Stop getting in your own way. Let it come through, because it's in there. And I can promise you that if you give it time, it will really surprise you just how strong you can be. I used to think to myself, there's no way I could ever survive what I was going through. There's no way. And here I am. Many, many years later, here I am. Because I quit fighting myself. I quit trying to fix what was wrong because I didn't have the ability to fix it. I wasn't a doctor. Okay. I couldn't fix the patient. I'm not qualified. Wasn't trained to do what I was doing. So just because you have the best intentions, unfortunately never got anyone anywhere. Just because your intentions are sincere and your intentions are you want to help, that's great. All right, that's wonderful. It shows what kind of person you have, what kind of character you have. And obviously you're a loving person. That's why you're doing what you're doing. Giving it over to your higher power and detaching with love shows courage. And that courage is in each and every one of you. It really is. I eventually had to realize that what I was trying to do wasn't working, and I had nowhere else to go except to go to an AL-ANON meeting, going to the meeting and finding the help I needed in the books. And it's something that I think we all should harken back to their days of when we first started going to a meeting and we realized that those meetings were not for the person that you came here for. The person you actually came there for was you. And that realization hit you about week 4 or 5, hopefully. But I wanted to quickly read on page 84 of One Day at a Time. Courage is fear that has said its prayers. Isn't that beautiful? Courage is fear that has said its prayers. I believe that 100%. 100%. Prayer is the most powerful tool we have in our arsenal. And courage, one of those tools that we can use to fight the battle. You got to stay on your beam, though. You got to stay on your beam, keep on working your program. And what does that mean? That means you have to keep coming back, because it works if you work it. Let it begin with who? Let it begin with you. By all means, say a prayer for the prayerless, guys. I do appreciate you stopping by. Courage, guys. Fight through the problems. Fight through the problems so we can actually start working on ourselves, okay? God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon. Hope you guys have a great day.